I'm gonna show you how to use S.Inzaghi, the manager for Lazio, and basically recommend players that I believe are properly suited for the formation, as well as showing you guys a breakdown, a few counter-attacking breakdown videos to basically show how the manager works. So don't miss any of that. Smash that like button, smash that subscribe button for more content. Road to 1,000 subs. I'm almost there, so just help me out. Yeah. So here, as you can see, this is a very structured formation. It's a 3-5-2 formation. So basically, you know that it has to be counter-attacking. It has two different types of aspects to it. So basically, you have an attacking formation and a defensive formation. So the attacking formation, which is easier to be adjusted to, it's basically a formation that consists of short passes and you're passing wide. So basically, you're gonna make use of the flanks. Yeah. So that's one of the bonuses. If you're doing the defensive formation now, it's going to be long passes there. So not necessarily long ball spamming, but majority of the time on the wings you're gonna see that your right mid forward or your left mid forward or maybe your center mid forwards are actually going to come out to the flanks. You're gonna look down at the bottom of the radar and then you're gonna see them running, and maybe that's when the long pass is really incorporated. And with that formation is actually all out defensive, while the other one is more of a conservative one. So alright, so guys, here we have a quick and classic counter attack. This is basically what I wanted to show you guys. So as you can see here, I'm going to explain it in just a bit. This is just a quick and simple counter attack that I've been doing. Just check it out. Look at this. Alright, so I score off the rebound. Now if I scroll back and add a little thing for you guys to reference, I need you guys to see it properly. So yeah, alright, let me play it. Pause. Okay, so as you can see, I just took the ball off him basically. Cruyff is about to intercept right here. With Cruyff intercepting, watch this. So Cruyff intercept, Neymar has the ball. The reason why I passed it to Cruyff is because there's nobody in front of Neymar right here. So it would have been stupid for me to try and dribble here. It would have been more 50-50 rather than to play a quick pass while using the pass and go to get the ball to Cruyff so that he can get back to Neymar. But as you can see here now, I could have easily switched the wing because as you can see, I have 1, 2, 3 persons running. Well, actually 4. And you have this one person here stabilizing. So this is Scholes, I believe. This is Lampard. That's Fabinho. That's Suso. And this is, I think it's Werner in this case. So what happens here is that I basically just play a 1-2 to Cruyff, a simple pass and go. And he's going to give back Neymar the ball. When he gives back Neymar the ball now, look what happens. It automatically opens space. This is another example of me basically not deciding that I'm going to dribble down, because dribbling down would have been pointless right there. Even though I could have easily passed the ball to Werner, but this ongoing defender would have caused problem. And this run up here, I could have probably picked him with a lobbed pass, but in this case I decided to just pass it safely to Werner. So if you watch the rest of this, Werner now is going to go down on the wing, pass delete, pass the defender easily so that he can get the ball to Sousa. Sousa was supposed to score in that instant. Luckily, Lampard being the whole player that he is, and as a whole player, what he does is that he searches for the space and the spaces that are there, especially when you're attacking, and that's what he does. So basically that's what happens and I score. Yeah. Alright, so guys, here I have another replay for basic simple counter attack, and this is how basically I do it to get the most effective out of it. So I'm just going to show you the goal and I'm going to explain my decisions towards the goal. So yeah, that's basically that. Now I'm just gonna I need to pause this a bit. Yeah, then I'm gonna get the custom. Okay, so basically what happens here is that I'm in the defense right now. As you can see, it's just one out of, like, this is one of the main problems that I have with the formation, because as you can see I have 2 attackers right here. If I scroll it back just a little bit, okay, I'm scrolling back just a little bit. Okay, so scrolling it back a little bit, you can look up here, you see 2 attackers right there. The thing is, if they had passed the ball to this guy right here, he would have come in and seen that he is playing this guy onside. It would be a quick and easy pass to this guy, which would give him a one-on-one opportunity with the keeper. So that's one of the problems with it, because you see wing plays is actually what's detrimental to this formation, because it's 3 center backs you have 3 at the back. So that's one of the biggest problems, but you just have to learn how to adapt to it and hope that you're lucky enough to get it. So if I continue playing this right now, so I do the counter attack, simple 1-2, Scholes gets the ball. I look at the possible options and I'm saying to myself, okay, I have a player running here and I have a player here. The safest pass is either to here or here. But if I play him here, it's going to draw him and him, which is going to give him, who is making the run, space, as you can see here. So I gave the ball to Cruyff. He didn't run out, but at the same time, his defense or his defensive stance isn't really affecting my players. So I said to myself, okay, look at it this way. Cafu is here, Cruyff is here, Neymar is already making a run. I have 1, 2, 3 players running and they're running towards the box. So if I put on the wing and crossed in, I will have 3 players inside the box. And in my opinion, 3 players in the box against 3 is pretty good odds, because at the same time, the ball can fumble and you can score a goal. So I gave the ball to Neymar. Neymar goes over there. Neymar is an excellent pass off the ball. So he now crosses it in. As you can see here, there are actually 4 players in the box against 4 players, and Sousa beats Alaba for the run. I think this is Werner right here, and I think this is Scholes. Scholes has 88 heading. Werner has, I think, 91, or he has good heading. And Sousa doesn't really have that good, his heading isn't really that good, but he still beat Alaba. So, he gets in the ball. And that's just basically it right there. You know what I'm trying to say? I hope that you guys are really understanding or grasping how I actually, supposed to use this formation. Because I don't want anybody to really have any problems with the formation itself. Because majority of the time, sometimes you guys use formations, but they'll attack correctly. Because sometimes the formations are actually asking for you guys to what would I say, attack center, and then you guys are like me and like to attack wide. So if you have a formation that gives you instructions, use the instructions and you'll get the best out of the formation. Obviously you can't stop the scripting, but you can do what you can do. So the players that I feel perfectly fit this formation, we're going to start off basically with the center forward and the second striker. So I have chosen to use a second striker and a center forward. This is because of the center forward is going to pose most of the threat, while the second striker is going to actually be a supportive player. But if the center forward is in trouble, the second striker is going to be more of is going to play more of a key role in attack. So the center forward must be a goal poacher. I would advise you guys to use a goal poacher that you actually like. So if you like using Lewandowski, use him. I like to use Rashford. I advise using somebody with good heading. So you could use Lukaku, who is a fox in the box, or you could use Werner, Aubameyang. Just use anybody with good heading. Second striker, I would prefer if he's a whole player. This is a player who tends to run into space. When I say run into space, I mean somebody who tends to, while you're on the attack, he's looking for spaces for you to make passes and score easy goals. So Cruyff is my choice. You can always just look at, who you want to put there. In midfield now, I like to use 2 center midfields and a defensive midfield. So what really happens is that my center midfielders now, one is an orchestrator and the other one is a whole player. So I use for whole player, I use Lampard. You can use Ramsey, or these whole players, as you can say, players that actually look for space. So while the orchestrator is there, because the orchestrator is there to really start up attacks, especially if you're having more possession on the ball, you need someone to spark up the attack. So the orchestrator is the one who starts stuff with some good passes going forward. The whole player obviously is going to be running into spaces, so that works both ways. That's why they work so well together. The defensive midfield can be any defensive midfield as long as they have interception trait. I prefer to use Fabinho or Patrick Vieira. You use them. I would not advise using PNH. I've said this in many videos before, but I just don't like him. My left midfield and my right midfield, they can be anybody as long as they have good crossing and fast. So I'm using Sousa on the right midfield and I'm using Neymar on left midfield. You can use anybody that you want. You can even use center mids if you want over there, as long as they're good at crossing and they're quick. The center backs now, I just like using center backs with good stats. The thing is that I'm using a combination. So I'm using 2 build-up players, which are on the outer sides. And then in the middle, I have a destroyer or an extra frontman. In this case, I have a destroyer, which is Bastoni. The problem that I really have with it is that it's very flat and it's very susceptible to wing play. So that's the problem that I really have with this formation. But apart from that, it's pretty good. The thing is that my backline they can all do set pieces because they all have good heading. But you have to just use one. But if you use more than one, then obviously you can see you already have only 3 persons in the defense, so you're going to need more support in there. And my goalkeeper is going to be defensive goalkeeper. So I'm using Handanovic. The reason why I'm saying this is because you don't really want a goalkeeper that's constantly charging out. It's going to really cause a problem for you, and yeah, you don't really want that. You want somebody who can stay put and ready to save shots. You don't want someone to be caught off guard or flat-footed. As a realistic set pieces, you basically just want somebody. You want a left-footed person on the right corner. You want a right-footed person on the left corner. Long free kick, short free kick, penalty kicks. You must can find persons with good stats for that. As I said earlier, for the attackers, you just need one defender in the attack and preferably 2 strikers up front. So that way your defense is still there if you're being hit on the counter after a corner kick. So yeah, I hope that this video was very informative for you guys. I hope that you guys learned a lot. Don't forget to smash that like button. Don't forget to smash that subscribe button. I'm out.